Oh, here we go.
What?
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
What?
I'm an amateur. I am definitely an amateur. Hopefully, we got volume because. What are you doing?
Sit down.
Oh. Hey, can everybody let me know if I have audio? Because I'm getting nothing. I'm getting nothing at all. No audio. Nothing. All right, yeah, I am. Well, I'm supposed to have chat up here, but this fucking sucks. I'm sorry. I had everything set up. It looked good. You don't have to lean into the mic. Okay?
No, I'm just looking at the.
Oh, here we go. Hey, Dow, how you doing, man?
Good morning.
Hey, Dow, you get me in good as far as audio?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. How's it coming in? Is it coming in crappy or is it coming in okay? Yeah, I did a test run on this to see how it would do, and I don't know. Okay, thanks, Dow. So how's Florence doing?
Florence, yeah.
How's he doing?
Yeah, maybe too. Is it today 25 the Boreal or
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person.
28?
Well, welcome to my live, and we're talking at you from Badak, Ilocos Norte. Badak is a beautiful town with beautiful people, right, Myles?
Badok. Yeah.
Bodok.
Badok.
That's what I just said, Bodok.
Badok. My clothes.
What about your clothes?
It said the badok if you say in English is my clothes.
Oh, so I go, my clothes. Welcome to my clothes.
Badok.
So Badok is translated into my
yeah,
clothes?
that is Ilocano of Bado. Bado is an English of the English of Badok is clothes.
Clothes?
Oh, this is my Badok. My beautiful Badok.
So I go, my Badok, and that means my clothes.
Is it tonight? Yeah.
So are they doing the 9-day thing there? Because with your mother-in-law? Because I know that's how they do it here. They have them viewed for 9 days.
9 days.
And then on the 10th day?
Yeah.
The 10th day is the burial.
Eight days. Yeah, tomorrow is the 10th day, 9th days.
It's okay, wait a minute. How long do they have the viewing for? When you can come and see the person that's laying in the casket? How many days? Is it 8 days or 9 days?
9 days.
9 days, and then on the 10th day is the burial?
Just like that. 9 days.
What I've noticed, a lot of people, like your immediate family, is like the wife, the kids, if the person's mother or father's still alive, they're usually there from day one. And then usually, like the last 2 or 3 days, that's when other people start showing.
Yeah, the last day, other people, all the relatives and friends will come over and attend the last night.
Yeah, when your brother-in-law Ronald passed away, and you told me about the 9 days, I was like, wow, that's a long time. But then I did research, and the reason why it's 9 days is because once upon a time ago, people traveled from far distance. You know what I mean? So that's why they had the 9 days. Mm-hmm. Now, during the shutdown, it didn't happen. How many days was the viewing? It wasn't 9 days, was it?
No. It's 2 to 3 days only.
Yeah,
they won't allow the dead person like that for 9 days. because of that lockdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the rose, the saying of the rosaries. Yeah,
Yeah.
your mother did that, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's usually, isn't it usually the elders? The eldest is the one that usually does the lead of the rosary, right?
Yeah, the elders.
Yeah, the elder. And the elder at that time was your mom was what, 90, 91 years old?
If no more elders, if the youngest can do that, they can do it.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that. But usually the ones that I went to, it was always the elder, the oldest person. Because then and your mom was what, 90? Well, how old was your mom when?
90, 91, 92.
92. When Myles' brother-in-law passed away. She did the lead. Oh, we got one person. I don't know. Oh, here we go.
Tim.
Hey, how you doing, Timothy? Where are you from,
Morning,
Timothy?
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm trying, as you can see, right up there. I'm trying to StreamYard. The only problem I find with StreamYards is you can only use one mic, okay? Because Myles, she speaks softly at times, except when she's trying to get my attention, she speaks softly, and the mic has a hard time picking her up, so I was going to use this for me, because my voice is a lot louder, and I was going to use the Rode wireless mic for Myles, but like I said, it only takes one mic.
Virginia.
Shenandoah Valley. You never been to Shenandoah Valley? Is pretty, man.
I want to go there. Go.
Yeah, we're going. They won't even let you come to the United States. How would you go?
I carried your name already. So
I don't think that matters anymore. I don't think that matters anymore. It used to be if you married a U.S. citizen, getting to the States was a lot. I don't know the whole details of it because I haven't really checked into it. It was a lot easier than it is now. You know. At one time, I told Myles, just get a flight into Mexico and then walk through the border. You'll be all good.
I don't like to be alien.
Illegal alien?
Illegal, yeah.
Illegal alien? Why not? You imagine all the benefits you would get?
Not that.
They give you a cell phone, a place to sleep,
Well, I
give
don't
you
like
some money.
myself to be embarrassed with other people. Oh, she went there because blah 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 blah. Because she become an illegal alien. That's good. You go to the legal process. Philippines, Michael Salvador. Good morning, Michael.
Hey, good morning, McLovin. I'm gonna try something. What did they do that? Okay. Alright, I was gonna see if I can put it up on the screen, man, but it's acting weird.
Thank you, Dos Bagos. Thank you so
Hey,
much.
thank you, Dos Bagos. How do you
Dos
say it?
Bagos.
Bagos.
Dos Bagos.
Where do you live there, Dos Bagos? Bagos. Yeah, the conversation we had yesterday about getting a maid. See, there's a lot of things that go wrong when people get maids. And I think and I respect Myles. Is like, no, okay. And Myles like, I could do the work. I could do the work myself.
Still do my work.
I wasn't, and I never accused Myles of being lazy or anything like that. Is that we're just getting old, man, and it's, she's in a retirement years.
1 hour south of San Francisco.
Oh, you're from San Francisco. So I'm thinking 1 hour south of San Francisco. Is that off of I-5 or is that like west of I-5? Because I'm trying to think. It's like desert. Going down I-5 when you go south of San Francisco area, it's kind of like desert. Not desert, but it's... I don't think there's anything there, if I can remember right.
What is that? 101?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Mike. But like I said, it's sometimes it becomes a problem. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different things that go on, and I think I'm trying to be nice about this because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But a lot of guys run into problems because after a while the mate gets a little bit too comfortable. Okay, and they kind of forget that they're the employee, and the employer. You know, they kind of forget about that relationship, the employer and employee relationship, and it gets messy. That's all I want to say. It gets messy.
Yeah.
And,
Most likely.
and because the maid sees what you have, and I'll be honest with you, they want it. You know what I'm saying? And it just gets messy, man. This things start happening, and then the wife starts getting jealous. You know.
Hello, Deborah.
Huh?
Good morning. Good morning, Marlon and Gina. Hello.
Hey Jess, have you met Ian yet? What's his name? Ian. Ian. He works at 7-Eleven in Palm Springs. Ian, man, I like watching his videos. Ian on YouTube. The guy's funny. 30 years old, living with his grandmother, works at 7-Eleven, and he's been in I'm not knocking him because he's going. You know what I mean? He's not a quitter. And he's going to community college for the last 12 years. He's not stupid. He's just he ran up a lot of roadblocks in his life. You know what I mean? He made some bad decisions, and he's the first one to tell you he made some bad decisions. But Jesus, you like him?
Yeah. His life history is good.
Yeah. I mean, he's not.
Never give up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't give up, and he wants to move to Utah, right? Yeah, Utah.
Utah or
Yeah, it's Palm Springs. Yeah, I knew a guy that worked with me, and he was from Palm Springs, and he said the only problem with Palm Springs is when the tourists or the people on vacation come there, and it starts raining, they complain because it's raining, and they're like, he's like, it barely ever rains in Palm Springs, so we're happy when it does, and then people get upset because it's raining. I don't know.
I want to the spirit.
Well, L.A. So are you Deborah, are you living in the hood? That's because
Yes, you're right. Yes.
Yeah, I like Palm Springs, you know. Now, how far is Palm Springs on I-5? How far, you know where the windmills are? Where there's a bunch of them. Windmills all over the place.
I'm from
120 degrees and yeah, but that's a dry heat, right? Here, the heat index has been like between 110 and 120 degrees. That's with humidity, and humidity is like 60%. What? Hawaii.
Yeah, I was from Hawaii. I was just in Sinait and was going to come and see you guys.
You could have, man. I told everybody what to do. Just come on by, stop, honk your horn, have somebody waving out, and I know who you are. It's just, Myles hides from people trying to sell stuff, or, you know, when they had the politicking going on, she was hiding from them. But if it's a car wave, I mean, at first I want to know who you are. But if you, like I said, if you creep up to the car, honk, and have somebody waving out the whatever side that the house is on, have whoever's there waving, and that's a guy who watches the my videos, so I'll come out, you know. With the dinosaurs. Oh, okay. You're moving to Beaumont? Why? No, Beaumont's nice, man. It's nice.
Wait, what part of?
When am I gonna make a Philly cheesesteak sandwich? When I can get some good meat. See, a good cheesesteak is it's made from chipped beef, all right? And it's really, really thin slice and not a whole bunch of fat.
Yeah, you can do it,
What?
Darren. So if I walk up there, do I yell, honk honk, since I don't have no car.
Yeah, you can do that, but just, hey Weston, just don't be yelling, Appo, Appo, because that's when we go into stealth mode and we hide, okay?
Like isa.
Yeah. Appo! And I'll tell you, when they do that, they don't leave, do they? When they sit there
No,
at
if
the gate.
they notice that no one will entertain them, they walk away.
Yeah, but they're not there for 2-3 minutes. They're there for
Yeah.
5 to 10 minutes. Appo! And everybody around us, you can see them looking out the window like, are they calling me? I know it's wrong on so many levels, but you know, something just not. You know, you just, I don't know. You just don't. We're not antisocial, but we like our peace and quiet. Banning. Yes, that's all you gotta do, Darryl. Is just you don't even have to worry about it. You don't even have to honk or nothing like that. I know who you are. All you gotta do is say, "Hey."
Honk honk, honk honk.
Yeah, that's what I hear, man. There is a big Pinoy population in Maui. There's a lot of Philippines go to Hawaii. See, that's what I don't understand. Okay, you got the two most expensive states to live. You got Hawaii, which is beautiful. Been there a couple of times. Beautiful, beautiful, but it's expensive. And then you got California. California is a beautiful state. You know, you might not agree with the politics there, but whatever. Okay, but it's very expensive. That's what I don't get. But also, from what I'm reading, people are getting out of Texas and Florida, and I'm like, why are they getting out? Why are they leaving? Yeah, you're right, Jess. California, man. California. But do you blame them? Would you? Okay, if you were a Filipino, okay, would you move to like the Northeast or like Buffalo, New York, or Montana? Well, actually, they have a Filipino population in Montana, but let's just say Montana or places like that where it gets cold, very, very cold.
It's hard to pronounce the name. So can I call you HH?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing, Darryl. California's getting. But isn't that all over right now? Isn't that all over? A lot of places. Is Texas getting expensive?
Timothy, what made you choose Bado to buy house?
Timothy, why? Actually, it wasn't planned. We were living in. Well, Myles is living in the Assam. That's our hometown. Okay, that's where she grew up, in the Assam.
Region 2.
Region 2. We bought property. We have a warehouse, and we have a rice mill and the building. And what we were going to do is, I hired an architect. Okay, and he drew up these plans for our house.
Yeah.
And this house was nice. And he told me it'll cost you roughly about $2.5 million for this house.
Yeah.
I mean, this house would have been a good sized house. We were going to have it because there's a lot of flooding in that area. We were going to have it 3 feet above, you know, a lift of 3 feet before, you know, it's only going to be one floor. So it was going to be nice. But events happened there, and it was kind of like, well, I can't live here. I don't want to talk about what happened, but things happened there continuously, not just one time, continuously. And I was like, I can't live here, man. I can't be worried that my stuff will be disappearing.
I can still have the picture or the picture that he.
Is that the house?
Wait a minute.
No, that's our house right now. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Is it?
Wait a minute.
Hold on a second. Myles says she has the picture of the house that we were going to get.
To be,
Is that it right there?
yeah, this is the supposed to be. That is the
Is that
plan. That is the plan. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if y'all can see this.
That is the plan supposed.
Okay,
to
that was going to be the house that we were going to have built in the Psalm. Alright? And what I was glad, the guy was, like I said, he was a really good architect.
Engineer,
And he got, well, he's an engineer. Then he got his engineering degree here in the Philippines. And then he went to the States and got an art, a degree in architect, whatever that is, I don't know, arts, liberal, I don't know. So when he was, asking me questions about the house, he says, do you want a Philippine style house or a Western house?
Western.
And I told him, I said, can you make it look Philippine style on the outside, but have it Western on the inside? And he said, that's a good idea. All right, and he did that. And this house it was only 2 bedrooms, right? Yeah. It was going to be, I'm telling you.
2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 2 terrace, porch at the back. And
Yeah,
porch
a back porch and a front porch. Now, keep in mind, he was going to renovate the warehouse, and the warehouse was huge.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to go on. And what he said is that the way the building was built, it was industrial style. In
Industrial.
other words, the rebar was real thick on it, and the hollow blocks were like, let me see if I can get this right, were like that thick. You know what I mean? In other words, it wasn't like the hollow blocks here you saw. They're probably, I'm trying to get this right for the camera. They're probably like that thick. You know what I mean when you're looking at it. But these were like this. And it was an industrial. The building was built industrial style, if that makes any sense. And that's what he liked. The only thing we were going to have changed, we were going to the roofing was wood. And I told him I didn't want wood because you got problems with the termites and everything like that. And he says, well, that'd be good because you can use metal, which lasts longer. I mean, this house was going to be, we were going to have satellite. Now we were going to put satellite in it.
Yeah,
we were going to have, before, what's his name? Elon Musk's Skylink or whatever it's called. We didn't know about that, but we're going to have satellite TV and satellite internet. And also, the mill, we were going to shut that down completely, okay? And the motor that ran the mill, we were going to convert that into a generator, right? We were going to, and that was the motor that they used for the mill was a motor that was pulled out of a Jeep, right? Was it a Jeep?
Truck.
It was pulled out of a truck, okay? And that was the motor that ran, and all you had to do, if anybody knows about mechanics, I'm very limited, is change out, pull the housing for the mill out, and then put the housing in for a generator. You know what I mean? And the guy said, he goes, roughly about 2.5 million pesos up to 4 million. He goes, now what we'll do is I'll draw up the plans, and we'll have a list on the side, and you can check off what you don't want and what you do want, and the whole list will be 4 million. But when you start checking things off, the price, of course, gets reduced. I mean, it was going to be a nice house. And I still think if I ever hit the lottery, I still like to build that house in the swamp. So me and Myles.
That's why I keep the number.
Yeah. So me and Myles can stay here. And when Darryl comes here, if we're in Lasam, he can stay at the house. But he's got to take care of the dogs now.
He deleted the plan.
The floor plan.
The floor plan. He deleted.
Why?
Maybe he doesn't want me to.
Yeah. Well, that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, so if I ever win the lottery, like I said, I still like to have a house built there because that's Myles' family home.
Hey, good morning,
area.
big guys. Good morning.
Hood J, hey, thanks, Hood J. From Atlanta, Georgia. My daughter lives in Augusta. Actually, it's not Augusta. It's I don't even think I say the name of it. It's outside of Augusta.
Actually, Map and Mimi, they are both here, chilling up. Map,
Hempstead,
your body.
HEP8. I'm a product of the Pennsylvania public school system. HEP8ZIBAH. Hempstead?
Atlanta.
I don't know. That's where she lives, and she lives there with her husband Brandon and her 4 kids.
Darren.
Yes, you can hang out with Muck, and you gotta pamper and baby him like we do.
Map.
Yeah, so that's what we're waiting on. It's just like I said. If things go well, maybe one of these days we'll build. He told me it'll take like 6 months to build this house, And the guy the builder, okay, he's a you can say he's basically a contractor, and he don't hire anybody. He has his own crew. So.
What about your spare bedroom house? Guess any more sittings? This is what does it mean?
Liam's doing good. Liam is okay. You tell him what's going on with Liam, and it's not bad. But right now they're in Lassam because her granddaughter's getting baptized. Myles didn't want to go, which I don't understand. I said you can go if you want. That's your granddaughter. She was like, no, I don't want to go. I don't know why.
Yeah, the father and his father and
The ghost. What do you mean by that, McLovin? The ghost.
the other room. He's talking about the other room.
Yeah. That's where Donald's going to sleep. He's going to sleep in the second large bedroom with the ghost. What do I call him? What do I call him? Tom or Bill? Everybody thinks I'm full of crap, man, but I'm telling you, They say the person the engineer that built and designed this house passed away in this house. Okay, he was all alone, right? He didn't have any kind of wife or anything like that. And I've seen things. Okay, I don't drink. You know what I mean? But like late at night, like when Mucky wants to go out, and I'll be walking from the bedroom, to open the door and let Mucky out, I will swear that I see somebody standing in that door. Now it's not like I can't explain it. It's just standing there, like watching. And no, I'm not crazy. Maybe it's just I think I'm seeing it, but I don't. But there's also things that have happened where I forget to shut them windows, the back windows there.
Yeah.
And then like right before we go to bed, I go, oh, I forgot to shut the windows. I'll go in the room and they're all shut and locked. Now, if there's something there, okay, it's not doing anything bad. It's not hurting us or anything like that. I think it's just there,
How he know that Liam?
Who?
Timothy. He can still remember Liam.
What chair is that? These chairs? This one's a piece. The black one is a piece of gold. Well, this is Myles' chair. And how long have you had it?
I don't know. 2 to 3 years already.
Yeah, and I had this one for 5. The armrests are broken out of because one time I was stretching with it and they broke off.
This one you bought this at 2020.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago I bought this. I mean, it's still comfortable. But usually, if I'm in here by myself, I usually sit in this chair. Because this one has a tendency to go down, you know what I mean? The hydraulics on it has a tendency to go down, so... I know, I need to lose weight. Leave me alone. Yeah, but don't buy... Remember, man, don't buy... This one's a cheap one. This one I got right here. This one's a little bit more expensive. And it's a lot better condition. Yeah, we went out today. We bought. I've been craving chicken wings. Okay. I'm talking about the double drag where you drag it in flour, you drag it in egg, then you drag it in flour again, and then you drop it in the oil. I've been craving them. So today I went to the market and I bought 4.
3 kilos.
No, I thought it was 4.
3.
3? I thought it was 4.
3. 3 kilos.
Well, 3 kilos is still a lot. That's 6 pounds. Bought me 6 pounds of chicken wings. No, I'm not gonna eat them all up at once, man. But I
Half
told
of
her.
it you, I keep the other half in the freezer.
Yeah, well, I mean, I cut up so much. Okay, that's enough. And what I'll do is, after we're done with this, I'll cook them up. Because chicken wings are good, no matter if they're hot or they're cold. So, cook them up and just eat them hungry.
You are free to come over here and we have party. What?
You're weird. Yeah, Weston, Mr. Know-It-All, Weston. I'm joking, man. I'm joking. You always got that one. I'm
What?
joking with you, Daryl. Don't get mad.
Hello, Brent and Monday.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Is it Maryland?
Hey, in Baltimore, you know where the
CCW.
I don't remember the landing there. Do they still have Navy ships that come in there once in a while, and they let people make tours on them? Yeah, in Maryland, right by the aquarium. They have the marina there. Can't remember the name of it. And naval ships used to come in, not all the time, just once in a while they come in and they do tours and stuff like that.
Hello, good morning, Dennis Garcia.
Can you get fried clams here?
Yeah.
How about New England clam chowder?
Yeah, I can cook clam chowder.
You can?
Chowder, yeah, with potato.
I have no idea what's in it.
Clam chowder.
I'm not a big fan of
I can-
clams.
I can cook
Yeah, the Inner Harbor, yeah. That place is...
Indiana.
Do they still have
Annapolis.
they got an area right around, I guess you would say an outdoor food court where they got all this amazing food there. They got Chicago pizza there. God, I can't remember them all now. Yeah, you went there a couple times. In Annapolis.
Annapolis.
And you got Massachusetts. You know what? You know what we used to call Massachusetts?
Hujay.
What's he saying here? Do you both?
Do you both maul kita?
What's that?
I don't know what is.
I hope that's not a bad thing, bro.
No, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but is that another term of mahal kita? Hujay? To you both.
Yeah. Hey, Dal, I noticed with the other one, does it bother your wife? Or does it, wife? I know her name, so why don't I just say, does it bother Florence that she's not at home with you, taking care of you?
Okay. Yeah, mahal kita.
Dennis, there's seafood all over the place here, man. There's seafood. I mean, if you can't get seafood here, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, the market, they got what? They got fish, they got crabs, they got seaweed, if that's your thing. They got eel.
Yeah, they got
Shrimps.
Yeah.
They got the huge, God, I hate this kind. They got the huge jumbo shrimps. And that's when it cooked. Well, you can, I mean, it's an island. You're going to find seafood all over the place, you know? No, you have no problems looking for her. Dennis, you will have no problems getting seafood, man. No problems whatsoever. Their food tastes different here than it does in the States. And that's a good thing. That's what I'm talking, you know, the bananas, they're a lot smaller, but they got so much flavor to them. The tomatoes are a lot smaller, a lot of flavor to them. Onions. Now they got yellow onions, but they don't get as big as we're, you know, in the States are used to. The yellow onions are a lot smaller, but a lot of flavor.
Cold fish.
She's Jay. She speaks Tagalog and she also speaks Ilocano. Ilocano is her language, but you know, in the Philippines, Tagalog is a national language. Everybody's got to know Tagalog.
He can speak. That's good. He said he can speak a little Tagalog. Ilocano.
Oh, I know that. They, I don't know what it is about Philippine women. They feel that a man is incapable. Not all of them, okay, but a lot of them feel that a man is incapable of taking care of themselves.
I've been working.
Now, sometimes they're right. You know what I mean? But not all the time.
No, we've been there twice already.
What were you talking
How I
about?
call it? The Houtron.
Oh,
Houtron.
okay. What food do I miss the most? Now, once upon a time ago, I was missing a good pizza, but Myles makes good pizza now. All right, like cheesesteaks. I'm from Philadelphia, so I miss like cheesesteaks with fried onions. You know, I even miss. I don't know if any of you remember. I know when I was growing up, they had what they call Pat's chili dogs, the chili hot dogs. And remember I talk about it. If any of you live around a city, you know what I'm talking about, the hot dog carts, the guys with the big umbrellas where they sell hot dogs and other stuff like that. I miss them. And the soft pretzels, Philadelphia soft pretzels. Yeah, I know, Weston. Your hands were tied, man. You had to get your treatment done, and it's something with what you were going through. It's not something you just say, "Well, I'll do it later," because I'm pretty sure I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure if you stop for a period of time, you basically got to start all over again. And no. You know what else I miss? Ben and Jerry's ice cream. How many times I bring that up? Oh, Ben and Jerry's. Oh. They're good.
The only
Scallops. Do they have scallops here?
Scallops.
I never seen them.
This is a small town, so I never seen any scallop there. Maybe in Batak or some part of Ilocos Sur.
Maybe like a major fishing area. This is not a major fishing area. This is a farming community. Yes, we do have fishermen that come in, they sell their stuff, but the primary thing here is tobacco, rice, and what else? Vegetables. Let me just say
Vegetables, onions,
Yeah.
corn.
But it's not a big, like I said, they have fishermen here, but I think that's kind of like a side hustle for them because they're farmers, but you ain't making no money when your plants or your stuff is growing. So I think that's what they do. They go out because if you go to the beach, you'll see, especially like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, you'll see a lot of guys coming in with some fish. Now they're not going to become rich off of it, but that's what they do. It's like I think it's just something they do to supplement when they're not making money for the harvest.
Source of corn.
That is that, yeah. And that's why I tell everybody, man, if whatever country you're from, okay, you know the medical system there. If you decide you want to come to the Philippines And what I did before I came here, I went to the Portsmouth Naval Hospital, and I talked to the doctor, and luckily, he was around a little bit older than me. He was stationed in the Philippines, okay? So he knew exactly where I was coming from. He says, okay. And he came up with this excuse why they did a complete examination. I mean, x-rays and everything like that. He wrote down there that both my mother and my father passed away from cancer at the age I was, you know, and they just did a complete workup on me, make sure I was all good to go before I came here, you know. I didn't want to come here and then a month later finding out that, you know, things weren't good for me. Now, if I had to go back to the States, for, you know, which I don't know, I still don't know yet. I know right around Augusta, there's an Army base there, and because my daughter works there, she's in the reserves. I'll probably go there and get another 4 examination, you know.
Darrell, what is Mr. Mayon? Is it Mr. Mayon Volcano?
Yeah, you're right. Not everybody here speaks English, and a lot of them, they understand like a little bit of it, but they can't speak it, and that's why they just look at you and smile. But a lot of them, they don't. Actually, and you can take this everywhere. The situations that I have fallen into or, you know, came across was I think the female Filipino speaks a lot better English than the males do. I don't know why, but it just seems that way. You know that?
What?
You know that?
Male can speak straight English, most likely when they get drunk.
Why is that?
Yeah, because they won't shy.
Yeah, it just seems a lot of times when you're talking, and this is it, you know, you got to remember, man, English is not their primary language, okay? They're taught it. What grades are you taught English in? What grade? What grade are you taught English?
Grade is when I was learning English is grade 3 or grade 2, grade 3.
Second and third grade, okay, they learn basic English.
Basic, yeah.
Okay, and then after that, they're learning Tagalog. Like here in this area, they're being taught Tagalog, okay, because it's the national language. So, come on, how many of you in high school learned French or Italian, and now you couldn't even forget it? It ain't happening. I mean, if you use it every day, it's going to come back to you, but you got to search for words. Well, that's what happens a lot of times with them, is when you're having a conversation with them, you can see they're searching for words. And sometimes I'll tell you something and you're like, what the hell is he talking about? And it's not their fault, because they don't use the language all the time. But you'd be like, what the hell are they talking about? Or they don't talk in a complete sentence, you know what I mean? And it's not their fault. Like I said, they don't use it.
Hello, J.E. Hello,
Hey,
good
J.E.
morning.
So, so you say you speak Mexican, okay. Where were you at when you were with your partner? Were you in Ilocos Norte? Because Ilocos Norte, if you sit there and listen to the language when they're talking, a lot of it, you're like, oh, that word sounds familiar to me. It's Spanish. You know what I mean? You'll hear a little bit of Spanish here and there. I'm not saying the whole thing, but a little bit of Spanish here and there when they're speaking.
Sinait.
Sinait?
Yeah.
That's,
Sinait.
yeah, but that's Ilocano, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you were there, did you pick up on that? About, you know, Spanish here and there? Hey, Peter, what's up, Peter? Peter, you live in Australia,
Yeah,
right?
good morning.
You live in Australia, right? Oh, Tagalog has a lot of Spanish in it too?
Yeah, also.
Really?
Mm-mm.
So why do you have, okay, for argument's sake, okay, so why did they have Ilocano and Tagalog. Okay, let me ask you a question. If you take both languages, are they similar or are they totally separate?
They separate, but when you talk the same meaning,
Okay, let me ask you this.
yeah.
Well, we went blank. What happened?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Sorry for that.
Oh, here we
problem.
go. So, if someone, okay, say you don't know, let's just pretend here for a second. Say you have no idea how to speak Tagalog. Okay, no idea. You were never taught Tagalog. You only can speak Ilocano. Do you think if you were walking down the street and somebody started talking to you in Tagalog, you would limitedly understand what they're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah?
They can understand, but they cannot talk. They cannot speak in Tagalog or whatever.
No, I don't think you understood what I said. I said, okay, you never learned Tagalog. Never in your life, okay? The only language you know is Ilocano.
Ilocano.
Okay? As somebody, say you went to Manila, good example, because they speak Tagalog there, right? Say you went to Manila, and somebody from Manila started talking to you in Tagalog, would you get a basic understanding what he's trying to tell you?
Some basic is okay. Can understand Tagalog or Ilocano. But sometimes
I think my internet's starting to go wacky. Let me check my internet speed, Mom. We lost internet how long yesterday? It's more fun in the Philippines, people. It's more
not
fun.
yesterday, the other day.
Yeah, I know we lost. Okay, we got a speed check. Yeah, get yourself one of these speed checks. Nah, my down speed is 87 megabytes. I'm sorry, 100. And the up is, that's kind of low, man. It's 10. So maybe that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the up is like, I don't want to listen to all this garbage. You got the ads on it. Okay, so I was just curious about that. But like I said, man, I have a more easier time, even here in Batak, talking to the females in English, in English, than the males. I'm not saying, I know that sounds like a blanket statement, which it is, but it just seems that way. Hey, Dal, what do you think? You've been here. Do you think you have it easier having a conversation, with the exception of Myles and Florence, let's be real here, okay, guy? Easier time talking to the females or the males? He just said something nasty to you, man.
Yeah, napakaganda mo.
I'm
Thank
joking.
you very much.
I'm joking, Jay. I'm just joking. Okay, that's what he said. Thank you very much.
No, this is beautiful.
You want her? No, I'm just joking. You want her? Nah, Myles is a sweetheart.
Really? I don't know that.
Females are smart. You want to know something? And this is just my opinion, okay? So it's not S in stone. I think that the family is more willing to invest in the education of their daughters, of the female of the family, than they are the males. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. But I think the families are more ready to invest in education into the daughter, to the female, than the male. And I don't know why. What do you think? Do you have an opinion? You have no opinion? If you don't have an opinion, that's fine.
I don't know.
You don't know? Now, there's some really smart, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the males are dumb. No, they're not. There's some really smart ones. I know one that's a school teacher, or he used to be a school teacher. He got tired of the BS, okay? There's problems that the United States has in the classroom, they're having it here. Yeah, but you always ask the man. You always ask the man. You always ask the man for directions. You always ask the man about, anything. But you're right. Yeah, you always from the West. The West do that.
Is it?
Oh yeah, a male will ask another male before he asks a female. And 9 times, and don't, you know, Hood Joe, you know I'm right. 9 times out of 10, the male will tell you something totally wrong, and then the female jumps in there and she straightens it out. You're like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're right, Darren. Males are only shy to talk, but like I said, when they get drunk,
What, the females?
males,
What do you mean by shot? Oh,
shy.
the males. Yeah. But see, the females are more willing to help you out. You know what I mean? They're more willing to help you out, and they'll help you out until you understand what you need to do, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? In other words, they don't say, well, go down the street, and then they leave. They'll sit there and explain everything to you, or they'll actually go with you and show you exactly where you need to go. What? What's that? What do you say?
Saan ang maisuro ni Brent? If you cannot teach Brent.
No, you can't. No, you can't. I'm one of them. Hey, I'm an old dog. You cannot teach me new tricks.
Yeah, it's hard. McLovin, it's hard. It's hard to teach him in Ilocano or even in Tagalog. His tongue is.
I can't roll my tongue. I can't do it.
Cannot.
But see, I'd rather understand. You know, I'm not worried about speaking it. Okay. Because like I said, a lot of them here understand if you speak English slow, okay? I'm not talking like disrespecting them slow, but if, I mean, like me, right now I talk too fast, okay? And Myles has told me that. And some of Myles' family members says when you talk, you need to slow down, all right? It says it's not that we can't understand, well, we could not understand, is that right now we can't because you talk too fast.
Yeah.
She says, just slow down. And she says, 90% of your Filipinos understand English. They might not be able to speak it, but they understand it. But you got to slow down. You know, don't be throwing a bunch of Northeastern slang words at them, because then you have them totally lost. Right? Yeah, dog, you're right. Males are ready to tell you, but you know what the problem is, okay? And I'm just going to be honest with you, okay? A lot of things have to do with, and I'm not knocking it. I respect the tradition with saving face. In other words, if I go up to a Philippine man, a Filipino, I'll say Ilocano, okay? And I say, hey, I need to get to the Yellow House, okay? How do I get, can you tell me how I get there? And if he doesn't know at all, he'll tell you anyway, okay? Because he doesn't want to feel, you know, dumb or anything like that. So he'll give you these directions, all right? And as you're walking, you're like, this doesn't seem right. And you stop and you ask a female, and you say, hey, I need to get to the Yellow House. How do I get to her from here? And she'll go, well, you need to go back down this way, and you'll go 1, 2, 3 streets, and you need to turn right, and it's on your left-hand side. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's just the way it is. A lot of times, if you ask them for information, if they don't know the information, they're going to tell you it's something else anyway. And you kind of like, it's all about, you know, they don't want to embarrass themselves. Like they don't want you thinking they're stupid. Hey, if somebody comes and asks me, hey, you know how to get to the Yellow House? And I don't know how to get to the Yellow House, I say, nah, I don't know how to get there. You know what I mean? The Yellow House is easy to get to. But I'll just give you an example. What's that, Waray?
Waray.
What's that?
Waray is just like Bisaya.
Bisaya? Yeah, how many? I'm telling you, there's a lot of different dialects here. That's why I'm glad they made Tagalog the national language, so everybody is on the same page. They got a lot of different dialects here. I forget the number, but it's up there.
So your McLovin, your girlfriend is from Visayas? He speak
What do
waray.
you mean about wall art? Clay, what do you mean by wall art?
Mala. Guillermo. What is that?
Oh, look at that. We got, whoa, everybody, hey! Everybody's giving us donations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You wanna say the
thank
names?
you. Thank you, Guillermo Handyman,
Oh,
So
he got the trend going now.
El Diablo. Thank you very much, and B. Trippins,
There you go.
Dave
Hey,
Dolia Floor.
I just learned how to do this, all right? Hey, that's enough, dude. You don't need to be talked. That's disrespectful.
How much for the mama son?
That's disrespectful, man. I'm not gonna block you or anything, but no, that's disrespectful.
Go.
Who's the go-K? What do you mean?
Do you guys pull?
What's that? Bungee sticks? No.
What's that? No.
No.
Not sure he is.
Hey, Big Daddy. Don't joke. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Big daddy.
Hey, I could put up with some stuff, man, but don't disrespect us, okay? Don't disrespect
I
us.
don't like to hear that.
No, there is no porn. There is no porn. That's why I keep all my vape stuff. This stuff right here. Do I drive out demons with garlic? No, I don't know.
What's that?
They're trying to be funny.
Total your knowledge is like about Philippines women from the states with strong.
That's a good.
Strong tone when we talk. To learn language and make things easier. Language.
You wanna know something, man? What I learned here is a lot of times it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know what I mean? In other words, if you start getting frustrated with them, I'm telling you, if you start getting frustrated with, say you're trying to get your car fixed or something like that, and you start getting, and you feel that you're not getting what you want, you're not getting across what you want to get across, and you start getting loud with them, they will tune you out. They will just, you know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
good morning, Bet Rubio.
Hey dude, you need to stop with the racial crap, okay? Let's stop with the racial crap.
Byron Brock.
I wanted her to say my name. Why, Big Daddy Dodo? I like that name.
Big Daddy Dodo.
Hey, I appreciate the donations, I really do. I don't expect it, okay? Like I said, you don't see me asking, you don't see me e-begging or anything like that. I do appreciate it, but just because you give a donation doesn't give you the right to disrespect or be racist, okay? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Hi, Gilman. handyman to the stars.
Guillermo handyman to the stars.
Yeah, they're bots. Hey, the bots that are giving me money. You know what? You know what? Somebody told me one time. Just because you give money to a prostitute doesn't mean they love you, right?
Thank you, Big Daddy Dado. Oh, can see the name.
Big Daddy Doo-Doo. Doo-Doo. I like that. It's
Big
unique.
Daddy
It's
Doo-Doo.
unique. It's unique.
That is sports big.
Thank you, Jay. Nah, you got your people to think they're funny. I mean, that's me personally. It's just, but I got a lady sitting next to me, just like
Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
you know, we got a lady sitting next to me. She don't deserve that. And that one comment about using dental floss to blindfolded Asian, that was pretty damn racist, if you ask me. I'm not even going to answer that question, man. I'm not even going to answer that question.
Lady boys. Go.
If you, El Diablo, if you're saying something about a lady boy, I don't care about lady boys, man. They live their life. You live your life the way you want to, and if you're happy, you're happy. You know what I mean? It's this. I don't know if the trolls usually don't pay, unless what they do is they put that you know, a contribution up, and then they take it away later, which is fine because I don't. It's like I said, it's not my. I don't think nothing of it.
Deborah.
You're right, Deborah. It's just you ignore it. Well, you don't. Like I said, man, I was trying to give them the appreciation of putting them up on the screen, but they're getting like really vile, racist, and stuff like that. It's just.
Yeah, Deborah, I like jokes, but I can easily get mad when I hear something that...
Offended.
Yeah.
You get offended. Hey, Charles. Yeah, it's a Sunday. I know it's what, Saturday night for you guys? It's a Sunday morning. That takes a hard time to get used to. You know, it's 12 hours, East Coast, we're 12 hours ahead. So you got to figure out, like when I was doing this, setting this up, I was like, all right, I'm going on 9 a.m. What is the notification on like the states and like in Texas and like in California? Do they figure out the time difference and put down the time that it would be actually on you? Or do they put 9 a.m. Philippines times? I know it's a lot, but...
Yeah.
Hey Charles, where are you living at? Okay, tell me the story about how you applied to go to... It just annoyed her the hell out of me. Myles, at one time, she was going to come to the States. She put in an application for a visa. How much did you spend? A couple of $1,000s, right?
In a peso is 14,000.
Yeah. Okay, and then she did everything she had to do. The agent told her what she had to do, so she followed her. She went there to the embassy, U.S. Embassy. She said the interview was less than 5 minutes and she was denied a visa. And she was like, less than 5 minutes and this man doesn't even know me. It was a man, right?
Female.
Oh, it was a female. I'm sorry, a female. Doesn't even know me and they're telling me I can't come in? All right, whatever. And Myles had a house and she had the property in Lausanne. So you have to have property and all this other stuff. It's not true. It's the mood you're in. Yes, I remember you stay humble. Yeah, I remember stay humble. I remember unique names. Like Nisha, huh?
I cannot remember her.
Yeah.
Living in East Coast?
Yeah. Yeah, Dennis, it is what it is. When you start doing YouTube, man, you gotta realize, man, you gotta put up with that. And that's why a lot of people quit, because people get harsh, people get nasty, you know, and they say things that they wouldn't say to your face. Okay, so that's why Montreal, Canada.
Is that yeah.
Canada's a beautiful
Montreal.
country. For a while there,
Hello there.
people were saying
Hello,
that
Canada.
Canada was going to become part of the United States. I said, no, it's not. No, it's not. Just stop.
I have a lot of friends, of relatives and friends living in Toronto.
Toronto? Yeah, I was like, no, it's not. Stop it. Canadians are very, very, very proud of their country. You know?
Thank you very much, Charles.
Well, actually, there was Daryl, there was one guy that got to him, and I can't. Sick Grandpa, I think his name is, got to him, and he was just like, "I'm done." You know what I mean? I watched Sick Grandpa maybe once or twice, and he's just not. I mean, people like him, they like him, but he's just not my thing. And he went after Rob. I don't know what for. I don't know why, but he went after him. He went after him hard. Yeah, he went after him hard, and it was like, you know.
Sick grandpa.
And the sad thing is, and people don't realize this guy Rob had a lot to offer to people that are interested in the YouTube, in the Philippines and like that, because he spent many years in the entertainment business. I loved his voice, man, his radio voice. I loved listening to him. You know, he just had a lot to offer, and just had one person that screwed it, that ruined it for everybody else.
So,
And Rob, he had some stories to tell about how he dealt with celebrities. Most of his stuff was music, like country music, and some of the stories that he talking guys off the ledge, you know, drinking and drugging and stuff like that.
Dover, Delaware.
Dover.
And
Do you live near the Air Force Base?
hello.
What?
He said hello.
Yeah, they weren't too far from. You weren't too far. Dover, Delaware, ain't too far from the house I grew up in. I grew up in Delaware County. It's the southeastern part of Pennsylvania. No, yeah, I grew up in Delaware County. I have no idea how long we've been on for. Hey, Dal, how long have we been on? It doesn't. This StreamYard doesn't tell you, unless I just too
1 hour.
stupid. Oh, never mind. It's right there. I just made a total fool of myself. Hey, I'm an amateur, okay, and I'll be the first one to admit it. We've been on for 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, 70 minutes. Thanks, Dal. You know, I don't know who would probably be able to answer that, which is Daryl. Would it be easy? Say I had to go back to the States, and for some reason, okay, something happened where I couldn't come back here right away. Would it be easier for Myles to come see me? Hey, Charles. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff. Lisa. Hey, how you doing, man? Well, never mind. Yeah, Jeff and Lisa. Jeff and Lisa, where you from? Where you out of?
Jeff and Lisa.
Yeah, his name just popped up. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do you a favor there. There you go. Yeah, I promised, and I apologize, Jeff. I promised that I was going to give him a shout out, and it's just, with everything going on, I just totally forgot about it. I'm an awful person. Yeah, that's right. Rocky Hill, South Carolina. There you go, people. Rocky Hill, South Carolina. Pretty area. Really pretty area. Got the fish people out there now. Yeah, usually this time in the morning, which is what? Yeah, 10 o'clock,
Yeah.
between 8 and 11. They walk around with these big pails that they're holding on top of their heads, selling fish. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna have to do research on that. Even if she got like a, all right, Daryl, you would probably know. I just get off my lazy butt and investigate. If she got a visa, could she like go back and forth from the Philippines to the United States? You know what I mean? Like, okay, like once a year go on a vacation, or every time she wanted to do that, would she have to apply for a visa?
No, sometimes they said when you are lucky, the immigration will give you a multiple visa.
Yeah, I don't
Then
know. I know one guy.
you-
He told me that he was his fiance, but he said it was his fiance for like many years. It says she had an open. He was saying that she can come back and forth to the United States multiple times on one visa.
Thank you, Charles, Campbell,
Yeah,
Jeff, and Lisa.
I think it would probably be much better if I did it in the States instead of through this embassy in Manila. What do you think, Dal? Since I know about this, I think I'll do this a lot more.
Maria Pasco. Hello, guys.
Yeah, Maria, Myles is a awesome cook, man. Awesome cook. And what I like about her cooking
Sarap.
skills,
Dinardaraan.
she can do the Eastern Western fusion. You know what I mean? And a lot of I won't be telling you. This is just between us. I know a lot of Filipinos that said they enjoy eating Myles' food because she does the Eastern Western fusion than some of their own people that'll cook the same thing, but hers tastes better. If that makes any sense?
What's that? Lisa.
Right, here, let me show this guy right here. The B2 visa is good for 10 years.
Yeah, multiple visa.
Now, with that, would it be easier since she's already married to a U.S. citizen, and she's got a TIN tax identification number now? It's just something to ask, right? Right?
Maria, nasa US ka ba?
Yeah, we got in front of us. We got I got this light up here on, of course, but right in front of us we got a big window. That they say if you got natural lighting, use it. You know, instead of all that selfie lighting, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I don't think Myles will want to stay in the States for 6 months.
I might stay. I can stay there for 6 months. Just go there during the
All right, this is what
summer.
we'll do. Hey, this is what we'll do. I'll go move back to Montana,
Yeah.
okay? And you can come live there and stay October, November, December, January, February. Okay?
Yeah.
You would hate it. You would hate it. When you go to and this happened to me, and I'm used to it. You go to bed at night and there's no snow. Okay? Imagine this. Hold on. Imagine this in a truck. Okay? You're parked at a truck stop or even a rest area. You go to sleep that night, no snow. You wake up the next morning, you're like, what? And you got snow almost hitting I'm talking about a big truck. I'm not talking about a pickup truck. I'm talking about an 18-wheeler. You wake up the next day, and the steps to get up to your door is covered in, that's how high the snow is. And don't tell me it don't happen, man. Snow drifts, and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to get out? And you're like, well, you know something? I ain't driving. Because now, okay, they got what is called a Qualcomm in a truck. In other words, you could send messages from your truck to the company, and you tell them, hey, it's unsafe to drive in this snow right now, so I ain't moving, and they can't do anything to you. They cannot, and And if they try calling you, you don't answer.
Maria, nabayag ka dita USN. Dito lugar yun dito Pilipinas.
Exactly. Right when you wake up and it's 20 degrees below zero, and that's that's because of the wind chill factor.
How I wish that I can play a bucket of ice, snow outside.
Yeah. Hey, can you? And I'm not making fun of them, okay? Because it happens in Florida and California, okay? If it ever snowed in the Philippines, these people would lose. I mean, they say it snows up in the mountains, not much, but it snows up there sometimes. Do you imagine if it snowed in the Philippines? You people would lose your mind. I mean, come on. The temperature gets below 90 degrees. They're walking around with long pants and hoodies with the hoods up. Now, you imagine if it was snowing, it was like 30 degrees, 40 degrees.
Okay. Taga-Badok.
What are they saying? What is he saying?
She's from Badok.
Oh, you're from Badak?
Badok.
What barangay?
Gabut Norte.
Okay, let me put this up here. What barangay?
Gabut Norte.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even see that. Where's that at? Where's Gabut?
Where the place where the new elect mayor.
That's right here.
Gabut Norte.
I thought the new mayor was right down the street
No, that's
with the big house.
no.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm wrong.
Gabut Norte. He's from Gabut Norte. The new elect. Hello, Annalisa.
Hey, Conway, Truckload, what's up? What's up? For something tells me you're from Australia. I don't know why, but something's telling me you're from Australia. That's not a bad thing, so don't take it the
Hello,
wrong
Conway
way.
Truckload. Hi, Manang.
Hey, I like this thing right here. Look at that. Oh yeah, oh man, it would be a nightmare. It would. I wouldn't drive, and I could drive. I mean, I could drive a truck with 80,000 pounds in it through the snow and everything like that. I would not want to drive. If it snowed here, I would not want to drive in that truck, even though it's 4-wheel drive. But that's nothing. It would be 8-wheel drive. Okay, if you don't know how to drive in the snow, it doesn't matter how many 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive. You ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it.
You know, Daryl, if there is snow here in Philippines, I will make my own wagon and play with them.
Oh, you're from Hawaii. Ah, man. Hi, Hawaii. Hawaii's. You ever been to Hawaii? Hawaii is beautiful. Beautiful. Expensive, but beautiful.
Or Ilocano in Hawaii. Oh,
There's another one.
Maui.
Maui. Is that where the fires happened?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Maui.
Trying to force people off their land. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. Yeah, are you an owner op or are you a company driver?
Ewa Beach. Why?
That's where, oh. Yeah, you're right, Dennis, you're right. They do freak out. Especially when they, and I don't understand. It's usually the other way around, ain't it? The people from the Northeast always, during the wintertime, they either go to Florida, but they say they're changing. I don't know where they're going now. I want to know where they be going. Because Florida is like the Canadians go there.
Again.
The Northerns go there. The snow bunnies go there. No, there's not snow bunnies. What?
His wife is from Badok.
What are you talking about?
Conway.
Oh, here we go. He looks
Bata.
like,
Bata.
Conway, you look like a movie actor, a celebrity actor. I can't think of who it is. You look like a celebrity. I don't know. I'm trying to think of who.
It's kind of like country.
No, he looks like a Pacific celebrity, but I can't think of his name. Oh, you're from Badak. You're from the Marcos family hometown. I'll tell you, man, in the Locos Norte region, the Marcos family is a very, very powerful
Powerful.
family. Very powerful.
Well-known family.
Yes.
What? My fiancé
Oh, you like my little the Tonka toy? They like my Tonka toy. At least that's what I think she's saying. The blue beast.
Hope to see you.
It's not a. Hey, honey, let's get in the truck and go to
Thank
Lassam.
you,
Lassam takes
Maria.
8
Thank
hours
you.
to get there. Okay, it's not one of them things. Let's get in the truck and go to Lassam. No. It ain't got no air. The suspension is very stiff. Now, it's a farm truck. Everything you hit, you feel it, and you're sitting right underneath, right on top of the wheels and the engine. So it's not a. I mean, it's tiny. It's very what.
Granny got her gold.
Yes, snowbirds. You're right. Here you go. Yeah, you're right. Snowbirds. But they say they're not going to Florida anymore. And they say a lot of people are moving out of Florida and out of Texas. Unless that's just people talking. I don't know.
Is it you, Malo? Maria.
Who's this? Who's that? Actually, Marcos, the Fernando Marcos, the
Ferdinand.
the ex-president, the one that passed
Ferdinand.
away. Okay, senior. I don't know if this is true, but I was told that Myles' mother is related to them.
Exactly.
Where's the money? Where is the money? Okay?
My mom's mother, my grandfather,
Where's the
he
money?
was.
It doesn't matter. Where's the money? I'm just joking. Now, tell it.
His,
How are they related?
My grandfather, he was from Pidig, Ilocos Norte.
What's the name?
Pidig, Ilocos Norte.
Pigding?
Pidig.
Oh, Pinde.
Pidig.
Okay.
Pidig.
Okay. Oh, the former mayor of
Yeah,
Loag?
the Fariñas. Martin Fariñas.
Okay, would it be better to keep your air conditioner set at a certain temperature and keep it there so your air conditioning would remain cheaper? We keep it right at 72, okay? The problem is it's not a big, let me take this off. It's not a big deal when, if I'm, like right now I got the aircon on, okay? That's why the dogs are in here, they're not stupid. And also the one in the bedroom is set at 72. We only run that when we're there. Now the one in the living room, it's 2.5 horsepower, and that thing eats up electricity. Okay, and right now, from what I was reading yesterday, for this area during a heat wave, they say they have an abnormal high temperatures in this area right now. They're saying the heat index has been 110 plus. So, and at times it does feel like the aircon's having a hard time keeping up, you know.
Darren, What brother-in-law you're talking about? The husband of Llewellyn?
What are you talking about?
Llewellyn?
What are you talking about?
This.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Oh, Pidig. Pidig.
Pidig.
Pidig. Pidig.
Pidig.
Pig dig.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pig dig. Okay.
Yeah. Because 100% Jack. My fiance is American too.
You know, Donald, I've been here for 5 years. Okay, I know you've been married for your wife 30 plus years, but I've been here for 5 years. You know more people here than I do. What's up with that? Nah, I just keep to myself. You know, I just keep to myself.
Oh, they knew each other, huh? Beth and Maria.
What are you talking about?
These two. Beth and Maria.
Oh, okay.
Beth.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm just busting on you, Daryl, man. Daryl's a really good guy. And like I said, he helped me out a lot. And like I said, if you guys ever want to, you're thinking about moving or going to move to the Philippines, make sure you got a go-to person that's still in the States that you know they can help you out. I'm not talking financially, okay? No, I'm talking about like if you're retired military, there's things that you got to get done that you can't get done here. And a lot of people don't like going to the embassy. They're like, I don't want to go there. They say it's a zoo. I only been there once. And I just went in there to get some paperwork signed. I was in and out. I didn't have a problem. But other people say it's crazy.
Love story, please.
Love story? What do you mean? What kind of love story?
Where do I begin?
What kind of love story?
Love story of heart that I can't read.
What?
He's asking your love story.
That's what I'm asking. Love story.
Oh, okay. Your cousin.
Right there. Love story. Well, we told everybody how me and you met. I
Yeah.
was walking down Walking Street. I looked over and there she was, and I said, "Man, you need to put some clothes on. What is wrong with you?" Nah, I'm talking crap. Me and Myles started talking for a long time on Facebook. You know, a long time for a few years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Hello, homebody Hannah. Good morning. Good morning. Well, Myles health. What?
Myles knows classic movie. Myles really not a. Myles is not what you know. She's not a movie person. I mean, there's plenty. See, all these streaming services, they got movies that were like put out like 20 years ago. You know what I mean? No new movies. And every time I ask her, "You want to watch this? You want to watch that?" She's like, "No."
I am not a movie mood person.
She had was it Gone with the Wind?
Why, dude?
What are you doing?
I am a music lover, Darrell. Music lover.
Yeah, Myles likes her music. Cisco, I haven't heard from you in a long time, man.
Cisco International.
I haven't heard it from him in a while. You've been with me for a while, haven't you? Or have you come and gone? You're not going to hurt my feelings, I get it. Because I do the same thing, you know. Come and go, you know.
No, this
But I
this
remember
is
hearing
the first
Cisco.
time I saw it.
No, I've seen Cisco quite a few times.
Oh, okay.
But I just haven't heard from you. I'm not trying to shame you, bro. But like I said, you know, unless you're busy.
Busy,
Isn't
yeah.
everybody lately, you know, trying to keep up?
Yeah, okay. Got you.
Yeah, that's what I figured, man. But believe me, I don't think the world revolves around me and Myles or myself now.
Love you forever.
Yeah, Myles can sing, and she's always telling me, "Why don't you do karaoke?" I'm like, "Nope, I ain't doing that. No."
Yeah, Grammy. I want him to sing with me, but no way, no way. You do it by yourself. Do it by yourself.
I can't sing. I can't sing. I know I can't sing. I don't live in a fantasy world. I know I can't sing. Yeah, Cisco. We're trying this live thing because you got to change things up. You get bored of doing the same stuff all the time. You know what I mean? You try. Let me change this up. You know.
Yeah.
But we only do it once a week, and that's on Sundays at 9 a.m. Philippines time.
What is the name of Grammy? Is it Sunday? She is Sunday, right?
Who?
Grammy got her group on.
What do you say? Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sunday, right?
That's Sandy, right? Sandy. Wait a minute, I hit the wrong one. Sorry. Yeah,
Sunday.
that's Sandy. You're Sandy, right? I'm sorry. Hey, we're old. Hey, I'm one of them guys. When I walk in the room, I gotta stop and we try to remember while I'm walking in the room.
Yeah, it's more easier to pronounce the name. Her
Well, nothing's
name
wrong with that.
Sandy.
Nothing's wrong
Then
with
Grammy.
Yes. See, yes it is. Yes it is. It's Sandy.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. She's been with us for a while too.
Yeah. It's quite.
Quite a bit. Quite a bit. Oh, who's this? Okay, I want to read it. What I'm going to start doing, I'll read them before I post them, just in case they're nasty, because I'm not into that. Okay. Do you ever raise your own? Oh, chickens. I was looking at a point. I thought it said, do you ever raise your own children? I was like, yeah, I raise my own children. You know, I don't know. What is Monkey like? Mimi's not the problem. We actually sat there and watched Mimi and a cat bumping noses, okay? Mimi's not the problem. It's Monkey's the bully.
I think
is a
Monkey
bully.
in every animal he hates them.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason
Any animal.
Monkey gets along with Mimi is because they're together all the time. But any other dog, he's just hateful. He's an old man.
Hey, Misha, good morning.
Where's
Good
Misha? Yeah,
morning.
it's Misha.
Yeah, over good.
There we go. The beautiful Misha.
Morning.
Kentucky. Why are you looking at me for it? So how far will your son be from you, where you live right now, Misha? Yeah, I know. You're right about Cisco. You're right about that. No, I take constructive criticism. It doesn't bother me. It's when the people go on there, just being stupid. No, you're right. I have a tripod or whatever that I can mount the camera on it and bring it up a little bit higher. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I apologize for that. Are the roadside meals any good? What do you think?
Hey, is this roadside meals? What is that?
Meals any good there? It depends.
It depends.
What I have learned, okay, here we go. We're gonna be putting down the males here. You can always tell when a male and a female cooks the food. when the male cooks the food, and let's be honest, it's usually too much salt and too much vinegar. Am I wrong? I mean, there's times when I eat stuff and I'm like, oh my God, too much salt with too much vinegar. The females seem to get it just right. But the food's not, I don't think it is. The little, what do they call them? The little side shops here.
We call that here as toro toro.
Toro toro?
Mm-mm. Those they put in some boxes.
Like the pan, and you walk up and say, can I have some of that, can I have some of that? Toro toro?
Toro toro.
Okay. But I don't
Yeah, longanise, empanada, nice and very tasty.
Let me say that's not bad. I mean, this is, I mean, an hour and a half, that ain't bad. Bad at all. Yeah, of course I know you miss your kids, and I understand that, but you both got that nice distance where they can be independent, but they can still, they know they're not far. They're not far from you. An hour and a half isn't that bad.
The sound is not, it wasn't good as the previous live.
Yeah, I'm using this because StreamYard, you can't hook up. Hold on a second, what was I going to say? Yeah, StreamYard, it seemed it didn't want to go with, where's it at? Oh, here it is. I got this right here, I got the Bose wireless, and I can plug this in the computer, but the StreamYard wasn't recognizing it. In other words, they said nothing was there. But as soon as I plugged in the Yeti, it was fine. But I agree with you, yeah, I don't like the sound very much. Let me try something here real quick. Let me try turning the gain up. Is that any better? Yeah, I don't know if I'm impressed by this StreamYard. I don't know. See, these are one of these mics that taste better, you know, it sounds better when it's like this. That is probably coming in too loud anyway, but I don't know.
You show this to Homebody Hana. This is Cherry's daughter na, baby girl na.
Who's this?
This is where is it now? Homebody.
Oh, here.
Cheryl's baby girl.
Yeah, here's Cheryl's baby girl now. Let me get that. How old is she now?
1 year old.
Yeah, she's a year old now. It's gotten big.
Yeah. Thank you, Timothy.
Hey, thank you, Timothy. Much appreciated. We don't expect it, but we do appreciate it. I ain't a fool. Much appreciated. Don't expect it, but we are grateful. Yeah, me, there she is. She's adorable. She is adorable. What's her name again? I'm sorry, I'm bad with names.
The child, baby girl.
Yeah.
Lakeisha May. Lakeisha Jane.
Yeah. So I think after next week, I'm gonna go back to using OBS, where I can use multiple. In other words, this one will be for me because I can adjust the volume on it because my voice is loud, and I can use the Rode microphone for Myles and adjust that one because he speaks real soft. Or I can just save money up and get me another Yeti and have two microphones, one for her, one for me. I don't know. All right, Charles, Jeff, and Lisa. All right, you take it easy, Charles. Oh, we might as well shut this down.
Bye, Jeff and Lisa.
We get on here every time saying, well, next time we'll go back to OBS. I like that a little bit better. And I appreciate all the donations. Weren't expecting it, but we are grateful. And we appreciate y'all sticking with us.
All your stickers.
And if you're in the States, you have a restful night's sleep. If you're here, stay out of the sun. Right? Alright. You be good to yourself. You be good to each other. And I will talk to you later. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you,
Bye.
Misha. Thank you, Sandy.
Talk to you later, Cisco.
God, you.
You too, homeboy. Homebody, Hannah. You all be good, man. Bye.
Bye-bye.